that Belal we saw on the weekend, that's going to be a nightmare to fight for a lot of people. You know, I think that level of doggedness and determination to kind of drive forward. But I am very curious to see how he goes against like other very high level guys like Shavkat.
Okay, I'll tell you right now. You want the Nigerian Nightmare Kamaru Usman? Give me ample time to get in there at the end of the year, top of next year. I'll go in there and I take my my welterweight strap back, 100%. But if you're talking to the man that's from the outside looking in to try to satisfy everybody, when you look at the landscape of everything, you're looking at a pay-per-view like Abu Dhabi in October. You need a guy like Belal Muhammad or a guy like myself on a card like that, or a guy like Shavkat Rakhmonov, you know, on a card like that, because you're going into Muslim territory now, and you need a guy that the people want to see fight, want to see perform, and you got a new champion in Belal Muhammad. So it makes sense to make a fight like Belal Muhammad versus Shavkat Rakhmonov.
I want to be considered the best welterweight to ever do it. People laughed at it when I said it the other day, and they were like, "Oh, he said he compared himself to GSP. Haha, what an idiot!" But now look where I am. Look at the guys I have in my resume. Leon beat Usman twice, and Usman was right underneath GSP. I beat Wonder Boy, Gilbert Burns, Luque, Damian Maia. All these guys are huge names. People are gonna keep disrespecting me, but we just keep winning.
Belal's strength is the fact that he knows how to put it all together. Throwing a jab is one thing. Pressuring an opponent is one thing, and taking someone down is one thing. But when you're able to put that all together, similar to someone like the great George St. Pierre did, then you have a fighter that can be very effective.
I think beating this next generation of guys, right? You have Shavkat, you have Ian Gary, you have the JDM. So there's these young up-and-comers that everybody's saying are killers. They're probably still saying these guys are going to kill me next, right? So if I go out there and I walk through all these guys and then I beat the old generation, there's really, I just want to be the guy that did everything that you said I couldn't do.
It was like, I will fight Shavkat. I'll fight anybody.
Yeah, and you see, that's kind of like the mentality we saw in that fight.
Yeah.
That like nobody believes in me, but I'm going to bash this guy anyway. Like,
For
I'm
sure.
going to take it to him. I'm not afraid of this striking. Like we saw that, and huge props and respect to Belal for that. Like
100%.
I liked. He made a fan out of me that fight. I could see his heart on display, and I can respect that. Completely.
I haven't seen anybody get better since my time in watching in 1993 in two areas. I haven't seen that. Belal, who couldn't take Leon down, all of a sudden can take Leon down constantly. I won't call it at will, but he constantly took him down. Belal, who never kept Leon down, all of a sudden he can keep him down. Belal, who couldn't out-punch or kick Leon, all of a sudden out-punches and kicks Leon. Belal, who did not outwork Leon, all of a sudden can outwork him. It was like he got better everywhere. He really got better everywhere, and there is a testament to believing.
And I mean, look at Kamaru Usman, okay? One of the greatest fighters, all right, to take people down and control them, and he wasn't able to do that against someone like Leon Edwards. And the fact that Belal was able to do that in dominant fashion through 20 minutes of that fight is just insane, and a testament to how hard Belal worked.
But you didn't know that he would come out and literally look like Khabib Nurmagomedov. He was forward on the gas the entire time. He did not get tired. You know what was the craziest thing to me? Every time he went to the corner, he looked like he might be fatiguing again. But the moment he got off that stool and he got back to fighting, he was right back forward. He was right back in Leon's face, and he was able to take him down as effectively as we have seen Leon Edwards taken down in a really long time. We have not seen anyone do that to him since Kamaru Usman did it to him the first time. This guy, Belal Muhammad, fought the absolute perfect fight for him to become the champion.
So I went back and watched it, because in my head, I was like, man, Belal just dominated him. Leon looked like shit. Then I watched it. I don't know that it was so much Leon looked like shit. I think Belal just looked that good. I think he just looked that good. And I hate to, again, I hate to talk badly about Leon or say things that he's not going to like to hear, but I don't know that he had as off of a night as he's trying to tell himself that he did. I think that there maybe was some overlooking Belal a little bit, but I think it was too late before he realized it was a harder fight than he thought it was going to be. And I thought Belal stuck to a game plan. He was just gritty, and I don't know that I've seen a more determined person in a fight like that.
So the Palestinian-American Belal Muhammad is the undisputed UFC Welterweight Champion, 10-0 with a no contest spanning his last 11. 20th UFC appearance. He gets his 15th UFC win. It's 6 in a row since that no contest against Leon Edwards. And there were so many things that came out of Belal Muhammad's mouth during fight week that a large part of the fan base scoffed at. Whether it was comparing himself to George St. Pierre, as GSP's teammate, by the way, Kenny Florian just did in a soft way, granted, but that, or comparing his boxing to Canelo Alvarez, or suggesting to us on these airwaves that Leon Edwards was not the most difficult matchup for him in this welterweight division. You know, I didn't necessarily lean into all of those things, but Belal really believes in himself and his team. We talked about the ability he had to go do this entire training camp in Dagestan with Khabib Nurmagomedov. He stayed in Chicago, and he's the undisputed champion of the world.
Let the man out of the box that you put him in and appreciate the greatness that you have in front of you. For him to do that to someone like Leon Edwards, who beat one of the greatest, not once, but twice, in Kamaru Usman, it's something special and something we should all take time to appreciate, especially why these guys are still active. Look at all the improvements he's made, and look where he is now. For him to become a champion, not just for himself, but for his people. Everything that's going on in the world today, which is crazy, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows and has been somewhat following, Israel and the Palestinian people have just been at blows, not for years, not for months, but for decades. He's fighting for something bigger than just himself, and I can respect that. Someone who comes out there, just works hard, and he's a really, really humble and nice guy.
What a story though, Belal, to do that after coming back from the eye poke, now this, in his backyard, saying it the whole time, everybody doubting him, including me. Because you can imagine what that feels like for him right now. And all the Palestinians right now, they can use him, he can be a force for them. I love these moments.
You know, certainly the things that go outside the cage can fuel him, and I think that was the case, but it also can be a burden on you. That's in the back of your mind. That is a certain level of stress that you're dealing with. Of course, I'm talking about what's happening in Gaza and, you know, his family members and everything he's dealing with. So, you know, the fact that he was able to pull this off, you know, just kind of makes it all the more impressive to me.
Belal Muhammad, 36 years of age. You know, there's a funny meme going around the world saying that people over 35 years old don't do very well in a championship fight. Myself, I won my belt at 35 or 36, and then I defended it at like 37 or whatnot. So shout out to Belal Muhammad for getting a W past that old ass man age.
Because you give a guy confidence, it changes everything. I don't know where Muhammad got it. I'm not sure he did not brainwash himself. I'm not sure he didn't look in the mirror and do the daily affirmation of I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. Enough times that he actually believes it real. He believed he could out-grapple. He believed he could out-stroke. He believed he could out-pressure Leon. He can do none of those things. Well, no, excuse me. Apparently he can, but I don't know how or where he had the time for this kind of growth. That was a completely different fight than their first contest, and I mean this as a compliment.
So now I'm at the top. I'm the man, and for me, he's now cementing my legacy as the best welterweight to ever do it. I'm not gonna sit there and call out these random guys and everything, who's next in line, who's the best in line. And I'm gonna show you what I am, what I can do. They thought Leon could walk through me. Now I'm gonna walk through all these other guys.
Everything was done to Belal to make him lose his footing, to make him lose his ranking, to make him lose his place. Everything was. There's even a rumor that's accurate, I'll call it a report, not a rumor, that they were going to do Leon versus Islam Makhachev. That fight was offered, that's true. So when I talk about everything was done to avoid this opportunity for Belal, he got through it.